Hello, today I'm going to be talking about chicken coop design. Some of the things that I did that are negotiable and some of the things that really aren't negotiable that chicken coops just need to do to function as a chicken coop. So I'm going to be going through all those different things in this video. You know, chickens are a really fun animal to have around, and they are a great source of food, decreasing your greenhouse gas emissions by getting that food as close to you as possible, and also increasing your food security. We built our 4x8 coop in the spring of 2020. We wanted to get chickens for a while, and the pandemic was a good excuse. Because this design provides lots of roosting space, we can house 12 stress-free chickens. I found this siding in the dumpster at the college. It was a set for one of the theater productions. With a little paint, it turns out that it's perfect for our chicken coop siding. So some of the negotiable aspects of a chicken coop are the way that it looks. I wanted mine to kind of match the front of the house. So it's got some of the similar qualities with that kind of peaked gable section. And we look right outside our front window at the chicken coop. So I wanted it to look nice because it's actually not a backyard, it's in our front yard. Another negotiable quality of this chicken coop is the actual height. So I wanted my chicken coop tall enough that I could get inside and fill this hopper feeder. So this is a feeding device that will hold over 50 pounds of chicken food. And when it is really snowing and cold and raining and stuff like that, the chickens don't like to go outside, mostly in the snow. And so they'll stay in here, and I just like to have enough food for them in the coop. It's also really nice to be able to scoop the poop out of the coop without hitting your head. So one of the design features that really helps them produce in the winter months is to have their a window or a door. In this case, it's a door and a window facing south. So just about south, and this puts a lot of light into their coop. This extra light keeps their rhythms going, and even when it's cold, I can shut this glass door, and then they get a little bit of solar heat, keeps them warm. Where are you going? The other thing is, as an extra, if you paint the inside of your coop a light color, so they will produce more in the winter. So I have my coop up partly because I can store nesting straw here and also wood chips. I just knew that I wasn't going to have another space to store this stuff, and I didn't want to have to carry it out here every time that I wanted to add some chips. Or I live in a very humid area and it's hard to keep things dry. So your chickens are gonna make a mess in your coop, and you're gonna wanna think about how you're gonna wanna clean it and what kind of floor you're gonna wanna use in your chicken coop. All these things are negotiable. They're gonna deal with your climate, where you live, what kind of access and resources you have, and just your general style of how you want to maintain your chicken coop. What I have on this chicken coop, which works well for us, is I have a cleanup door, so that I can open this up. I can just take my shovel and scrape my chicken mess down to the cleanup door, and then use my hoe to remove it. And that works pretty darn easy. We also put down these stick-on linoleum tiles, which helps with cleanup and the longevity of the floor. Now, there's lots of non-negotiable qualities to a chicken coop. It's just got to function as a chicken coop. First and foremost, it's got to keep them safe from predators, and also it's got to keep the rain and wind off of them. So this is one of the baseline functions of a chicken coop. And in order to do that, you need to be strong enough. It needs to have solid doors, solid latches. The vents need to be closable. You need to have closable doors on them, and so forth. Very important to keep the predators out of the chicken coop. And you want your chickens to get outside. So I find this to be well worth it, so they don't get cooped up. This opens with the morning sun. So it'll open up, they come out, and at night it senses the light and it closes them up, keeps them safe. and this just goes up and down. There's a little motor in here. Make sure that the batteries stay fresh, and then you'll have some happy chickens. For ventilation, you want to make sure that you have them so nothing can get through. So they need to be nice, strong hardware cloth. Chicken wire is not strong enough to keep those types of predators out. And then something that's closable. So this is a double door. It's got the screen. Always open in, otherwise you'll be chasing your chickens around. Strong latch. All latches need to be firmly secure. Otherwise, raccoons and other predators will get in there and kill all your chickens. You don't want that. Another non-negotiable aspect is that the roof has to be secure so it doesn't let the rain in, obviously. Your chickens are really cold hardy as long as they're not wet and as long as there's not wind on them. So keeping the rain out is kind of imperative. I had leftover roofing. This is a little bit of an overkill, but it does the job. Another thing that's not negotiable with your chicken coop is it's got to provide a nice roost for them to sleep. Your chickens go into the coop and they sleep all night, and that roost needs to be secure. It needs to be the right dimensions. It needs to be the right height, and it needs to be big enough for them to be able to comfortably sleep, work out their pecking order, do all this chicken stuff that they do in order that they are rested to do the other chicken stuff that they do. You can add a little ramp so they can choose if they want to use a ramp. So make your roost wide and strong and have enough room so they can go through their pecking order. Another non-negotiable quality to your chicken coop is it's got to have a nesting box. If you're going to have hens that you're expecting to lay, they have to have a place to lay. Yeah, they'll just lay them anywhere in the field, in the run, and all kinds of stuff. But, you know, a chicken, part of their psychology is that they're mother hens, right? And they want to be able to make a nest, and they want to be able to lay their eggs. So you want to provide that opportunity for them to live out their chicken lives. Now this nesting box opens from the top, and sometimes people say that they want to open them from the front, but I've never had any of my chickens freak out because I open this. You just go slow. So no matter how you end up designing your coop, just keep in mind the things that are negotiable and the things that aren't negotiable. Have a happy flock, get your food as close as possible to home, and they're really fun to kind of get to know and learn about, as well as just being able to come out and grab yourself some nice fresh eggs and enjoy the reward of your hard work and theirs. Thanks for watching, and good luck with all your greenhouse gas reduction projects.